Okay, we can all agree that episode 7 was crazy, right? Ken really did do a lot of things just to get Kelvin to give up everything. And to be honest, I'm not saying you should give up Kelvin, but I'm just saying that give Ken what he wants and maybe build your own thing without him knowing. I'm just the fact that he went all out, and I was right. I did say Ken knows Kelvin's weakness, and he used it against him because he knew that he would give up anything for Veer. Now that right now in Kelvin's mind, Veer is dead, but Veer is not dead. I mean, at this point, Veer is in coma, but still. We see that they made a funeral for Veer. So, how many years have passed? I mean, like, what? I'm just saying. And also, I'm kind of suspicious of Lalin. Lalin is her name? Lalin. Because when she heard about her brother being dead and the fact that they captured Veer, she didn't even seem like someone that... She's just too calm. And somebody in my comments said something about Lalin being evil along with Kelvin. And I'm saying that Kelvin, he's not evil. He just loves Veer to the point that he would do anything. And looking at everything right now, yeah, Ken is the worst. He's out here using the company's money to do God he knows what. Paying gangsters, trying to make sure that Kelvin doesn't get anything. And I'm like, sir, you got a lot of money to waste. You're not even focusing on the actual business at hand. You're out here wasting both your parents' money and the what do you call it? The father-in-law. It makes no sense. Kelvin once said that losing Veer is like losing everything. The man was ready to give up his entire business as long as Veer is okay. Knowing that Veer is not around him anymore, he's definitely gonna spiral. Drinking's gonna be his best friend. Maybe depression. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there's so many things that I know Kelvin would have done. I'm not sure if... I don't know who's feeding him this liquor, but one thing for sure, he's definitely spiraling. And the only person that can stop it is Veer. Whoever it is, someone has a broken glass, and I'm not sure if Veer is the one. Or maybe he's imagining that Veer get his revenge on him. I don't know. I just want to know if anybody's going to capture Ken and put him into prison, because clearly he serves no purpose in the actual drama in my mind. And who else? We want to really know if Lalit really is dead, because out here Ken is just... It's just, I have not not read the book, but for some reason Ken seems to be the only evil person that is in the shadows. And I said it again, and I'm going to say it one more time. Kelvin is the scapegoat for Ken. Veer is just the one scapegoat that Ken is using for Kelvin. And then you have Nana and Lalin. Lalin, girl, if you turned out to be the evil person that everyone says, screw you. Okay, we're going deep with self-harm here. This is probably Kelvin, because remember, he still has not accepted the fact that Veer is dead, which I don't think he is dead, but the family of Veer doesn't want Kelvin to be around Veer. Hopefully he's great and he's now living a normal life. But also, knowing Kelvin and how Kelvin is so obsessed with Veer, maybe, and that's just if a maybe, Homeboy, if I know him correctly, Homeboy would have died too. I mean, like, if it's somebody that you love, like super, super love, yeah, I think, if anything, I think Kelvin will kill himself knowing that Veer is dead. So he's definitely going to go off. But if he doesn't, and he's torturing himself like this with self-harm and everything, is he still running the business? Because right now, the way how Ken messed up his mind, I don't think he's capable of taking over such business. I'm just saying. You know what's so funny? Because this is where I know Ken only cared about himself. If he had so much connection with the police, he could have actually freed his father, but he chose not to, right? He could have used the police to help him hide those investigation about himself, but he chose not to, right? There's so many things that's just spooky about Ken that I don't even understand. And I don't even want to understand it because deep down he's an evil mind. He has an evil mind. Now let's talk about Veer. I think Veer is okay. I think that right now, because he wants to escape from Kelvin, and the only way he could tell them to escape from Kelvin is to pretend that he is dead. I have no idea how he come across from doing that. The only thing I know is one thing. Veer is nowhere near Kelvin, and Kelvin doesn't have any, cameras. But I do know one thing. If anything, if he doesn't know, Ken knows. But it would be great if Kelvin takes back his business. In order for that to happen, wouldn't he need a signature from Kelvin? Now I don't know what's happening here, but I have so many questions. Like for example, one, how many years have passed? Can't be months, can't be days. It's got to be years because remember the last time we checked, Veer was in coma. Something about his brain and oxygen. He was in coma, but in critical condition. Critical condition. You know what I mean. Secondly, how the hell is it that Veer and Kelvin cross path and Kelvin has even looked back and it's like, unless somebody's memory is gone or something, because how is it that he's passing somebody that he loves? This is something that you should have catched on, right? It's not that far. You guys literally just pass each other, regardless of the distance that you guys passed. I think Kelvin would have recognized the person that he loves, right? Unless they both got eye contact, but Kelvin knows the problem that will cause, so he doesn't he pretended that he doesn't know. Because I want to know what happens to Ken. We all know Ken is at fault. I'm trying to figure out if Lalin would bring Ken down because we know Lalin doesn't love Ken. Or Kelvin figure out something, or Kelvin just gave up the business to Ken. Because remember, if Veer isn't around, it doesn't make sense for him to do anything. His mental state is not there when the person that he's loved is not there anymore. But clearly, we see that Veer is okay. So somebody made a deal with some devil or something. Or maybe he's not okay. Or maybe everything that he's going through is all a dream. Obviously, we can see Homeboy probably went down the dungeon of the house and still sleeps there. Gets nightmares. This one is real. This is not even a planned nightmare like he did for Veer to see that he's vulnerable. I think he literally legit have a nightmare of losing Veer. I think Kelvin must have gone through all the scenarios of what he think Veer went through in front of his mind, and he's just having this nightmare saying that he never got the chance to save him. But if you look at it, Kelvin did a lot just to make sure that Veer is safe. Even though his methods were crazy, he did risk his life to get the truth. And you're telling me Ken out here really get rid of his obstacles? You couldn't play fair and you decided to do the one thing that breaks Kelvin. Kelvin, let me tell you something. If you don't figure out your enemies and you fight back the way you should have fight back, instead of just putting more focus on Veer, sir, you got strength to you. You're using it on the wrong person. Also, if I've made many mistakes of calling the wrong person's name, bear with me. I am trying my best, but you know who I'm talking about, so yeah. This blood probably from the self-harm that Kelvin was doing. I have questions though. The therapy or the Lalin's brother, the one with the glasses, his own purpose was coming to Thailand to find his brother, and finding out his brother is dead. Is he still going to stay in Thailand or what? Also, it could mean that the people that they visited, the grave, it couldn't be Veer. Maybe it's Lalit's grave. Knowing that they must have found the body of Lalit and Lalit really is dead, then that's the graveside they went to, because I don't believe that Veer is dead. So that could be a possibility. Either that or one of the fathers died, because I'm not too sure. I'm gonna say it again. Kelvin can really struck hard on you because right now you are mentally and physically not ready for this anything, because you are here staring in yourself through the mirror, imagining that maybe one day or maybe one moment that Vera will just walk and just call to you. You are physically, mentally is not ready for the business, and that is exactly what Ken wanted from you, and he have successfully succeeded. In my opinion, just I'm not telling you to give up, but if you continue playing these games with Ken, he definitely gonna dig to a deeper level. Maybe like make plans with the devil and make a deal with the devil so he can get rid of your sanity. You already got rid of Veer. I'm just saying, if you don't fight back or fight his route or whatever, fight a bigger fight. Be eviler than Ken. Then maybe you can get through with this. If not, it makes no sense you continue a game that you cannot win. Now hear me out, people. If Veer is indeed alive right now, okay and everything, there are so many things Veer will do. Veer will avoid Kelvin because he's not going to go through the same shit that he went through with him for the couple years. He's going to get his business back or try to make a different business. He's going to find a way to get far away from Kelvin as possible. And if it's for Kelvin might want to go through, if I put my foot in Kelvin's shoes, I would want to go to check on Veer. But knowing the shit that I caused Veer, I would definitely not go. Just because I know what will happen. You understand what I'm saying? So Veer can actually live a normal life. I think Kelvin will probably step back. I think. I'm not going to say he will. But if in the case that Veer is dead, all the things that he's going through, Kelvin is definitely imagining these things. What about the safe house that Veer has? What about his house? What about Ken? I'm just saying, Ken is evil. But I'm not saying that Lalin is not evil either, because when she found out about her brother being dead and everything, and the way how she answered Kelvin's, is I feel like she has something, but she's taking her time to map out the enemies that she has so she can know what to do. She falling in love with Homegirl has nothing to do with it, but still, damn. Also, Lalin's girlfriend, because apparently that's what she is right now. What's her name? Nana? Anna? Nana? Yeah, are you planning on making that restaurant that you want to in the Bangkok area? Because I'm pretty sure that's what you wanted to do before you become a bodyguard. Okay, I know it's not important, but at least let us know what happened to Kelvin and Ken's father. Like, is he still in jail and alive? When are we gonna try to get to Ken? Because clearly we know it's Ken's fault that we are in torture. To be honest, seeing everything lay out right now, we cannot blame Kelvin at this point. We thought Kelvin was crazy, but Ken is crazier. But then hearing some of my subscribers talking about how Lalin is crazy and how Lalin did a lot of things in the book. Again, I have not read the book, but I am wrong if you spoil it for me so I can debate on the certain things that's going to happen. Because at this point, we don't know who is crazier, who's going to sabotage anyone. The only person that I'm seeing sabotaging right now is Ken sabotaging Kelvin. And Ken, you're just so stupid. Why not you focus on your business and let it thrive instead of trying to push down Kelvin? Why? Because you know deep down Kelvin will get his way. The way you try to sabotage the meet up with Kelvin and that gangster guy tells us that you know that the gangster guy will definitely help Kelvin, because Kelvin have a way of negotiation. And that's why you end up kill the other gangster guy. And that's how you knew deep down, no matter what, you wanted the gangster guy to get rid of, because you know Kelvin is good at these things. The police officer eventually he's gonna be one of those corrupt cops that get caught. It's just a matter of time of who gonna reveal it. And Ken, sir, oh, one thing about that assistant that got fired that helped Kelvin, he's a good one. Can't wait for this episode.